Today I was going to talk for, just about 10 minutes, or if you guys have questions, you can ask them. I was going to talk about trying to find new balance since everything's changed and we're truly out of balance. In general, most of us who've been very in-person and personable and engaged in living with other humans are spending a whole lot more time in this position and using these eyeballs and doing this thing than we have in years, even if you were a junkie. So maybe it's time to, after you do this 10 minutes, or maybe before, to stop doing this. Take a time out. Not that you don't want and need to get connected. I'm encouraging that. It's just maybe it's time to step back and remember that we are not meant to live with binocular vision. And we aren't to be just focused on tasks. And we can't get all our social interaction between me and the screen. There are things out there and around us, and there are opportunities, but what we're going to have to do is pause, take a deep breath, and quit doing what we're doing, because the only way we can shift gears is to shift gears. And so right now, quit looking at me and just look around and see what you notice. See if you notice some things that are alive. See if you notice some things that could use a touch. Things that could allow you to be a little different than you are. And so to help you look at your environment and really realize, oh, there's stuff out here. Because when we get sucked into this drama, and all the trauma that's going on, because, it's there, we all know it. But if we forget to look up and look around, we just get into a constant cycle of, ugh. So we've paused, we're looking up, we're looking around. You can actually listen to me without even looking, and because you're skilled. So as you look around, consider what out here feels familiar. What out here seems friendly? What around here is functional? And what could use a little forgiveness? So, we get so busy trying to do something different that we don't realize how energizing, how much energy it takes. And so we forget to refuel ourselves. And so maybe today, for just 5-10 minutes, it's time to really do something really different. It may be, if you've been inside a bunch, step outside and look around for what's familiar or unfamiliar out there. What might be something to draw your eye? What might be something you could do that's functional, that gets you to use more than just this part and just this part? So rather than just your eyes and your hands, maybe trying to figure out what else could you do with yourself? And even if you are by yourself, is there a way to take a look out there? Are there plants? Are there animals? Are there objects in the world around you that could use your attention, could use a little focus, could be a little supported? And if you've been doing a lot of desk work, maybe making sure you use the bottom part of yourself a little bit. So I'm planning on going for a run in just a little bit here. I fortunately live out in the middle of, not nowhere, but pretty far out. So I'm going to have a chance to go do those things and not bother anybody. And I'll see people and maybe say a hey, but I don't need to get close. I will say there's a lot of pollen out there, so I probably will be sneezing. So I'll make sure that I have all my devices with me to keep everybody else safe and keep myself safe. Then we might want to look also to see what around us, who around us. Maybe it's time to do something a little bit different. Maybe something sort of old-fashioned. Maybe write a message. Maybe send a card. Maybe take the time to look through things from the past that might bring up memories that we could then share. So we're not just talking about the here and now. Maybe we talk about things that gave us pleasure and joy from before. Maybe we look at what got us through tough times at another point in our life when it was not easy, when things were not going well. Or maybe we just sit and let ourselves enjoy the moment. Or maybe it's time for a little meditation. Maybe yoga. Maybe those videos online. Oh gosh, we're back to that again. So it's hard. It's not saying that it isn't. We've gotten into this world of being virtual, and this is a great platform. Not arguing about it. But maybe some of that stuff that we had where we used the we game, maybe it's time to get some of those things out. Maybe let's dance. Maybe, I don't know. It is difficult because we've got a new normal. We're in a different space. We have different social connections than we did. We aren't getting the same sensory input that we are. We just aren't. We're staying in the same location unless we choose to change a location and find a slightly different space or see it from a different angle. Maybe we should get down on the floor and do a little exercise, or maybe we should scrub the floor. Maybe that's where we should be looking. Or maybe we should sweep or mop or rake or go out and pick up sticks. Something. It doesn't have to be really exciting. It just has to really get us out of where we are to a slightly different place. And maybe while you're out there, you could keep your eyes open for something that's beautiful, something that's maybe little, and you might not have even noticed it before. Maybe do a little quick stuff and a little slow stuff. So you're shifting gears. Because if you think back to how things were less than a month ago, you were doing a lot of gear shifting, and you were in and out and around, and you were noticing lots of things. Going into the grocery store, you weren't just looking for specific things for survival. You weren't just going in and going, oh, shelves are empty again. You were actually cruising. You were meeting and greeting, and if nothing else, you were moving in and out of spaces and in and out of vehicles and around people in general. And you had some different kinds of tasks you were doing throughout the day. You were doing things that gave you a sense of purpose and value, things that gave you moments of joy and pleasure, things that were restorative. And then you for sure were doing things to take care of yourself. And you're still probably, well, maybe not, doing some of those self-care things. But the question is, are you taking care of your brain? And are you taking care of your body? Because it's easy to forget that when we're watching all this other stuff and we're concerned about it. It's really easy to get into the mode of thinking, yeah. Well, just 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. So when the timer goes off, it's time to start thinking now, not when, now. And when I'm done, in just a few seconds, I'm going to get up and get moving. I already cleared off the desk. Ooh. And now there's a lot of cleanup because I've got to tell you, things had piled up on the desk. As long as it wasn't right where I needed to be, things would just get set off to the side. So after the run, I have one more other task, and that's to sort of sort through all the junk that has gotten put off to the edges. All the hand sanitizer bottles, all the lotion, all the lip stuff, oh dear. Well, but when I'm done, when I look around, I'll be able to see that I did something. Now, it wasn't what I usually do, but it was something to find some new balance. So building a schedule that builds in these little bites until it gets to be a new pattern. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have some time to adjust. So let's start with 5. Move it to 10. And before long, you might be able to do 20 without cringing. You might actually be able to come and go in this world to this world with a little less distress. I'll be back tomorrow morning. If you have something you want me to talk about, hey, join in. It's not just about me doing this. I am checking the chat, and if somebody wants to type in a question that they want me to do something about or say something about tomorrow, do it. And I'll do my very best to see if I can make a difference when we get back together. Thanks to everyone who listened. Sorry I wasn't here at 8. I was having a little trouble. I think we've got it figured out. Fortunately, I do have a partner in crime. My husband's around, and he knows a lot of things about fixing. So, whew, I'm glad I'm not all alone. And if you are, we're here. Or at least I will be. Hopefully at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for about 10 minutes. Just to get connected again. Just a little bit. And even if you just stop in for one, hey, I hope the rest of the day goes better. Take care. Talk to you soon.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread Teepa's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.